Hello, Duranis here, and welcome to episode 2 of Terrafirmacraft. So, done a little bit of work off camera since the last episode. First thing I did is I got a ton more wood because that's going to be really useful. Went and did a little bit of foraging and found a bunch of berry bushes as well, so they're all placed down here. And what I was actually looking for mostly was some ores, but I've had a real hard time finding any sort of surface ores, so I've sort of been looking over in that direction. So I think this episode I'm going to take a walk over there and see what I can find. If we have a look inside here, I've got a fancy smancy roof there. You can see I've made some clay moulds here for some tools, so that's chisel mould and a sword mould and hoe and a pickaxe. And over here I've got a pickaxe, a prospector's pickaxe, a saw and a hammer. Not a hammer, an axe. Made some more of these storage vases, so we've just got a few bits in there. I did actually get really lucky and I found a pig that had died, and somewhere around here. Oh yeah, I also found 2 sheep, so I've sheared them for the wall, and that's going to be useful so we can make a bed. We've got the seeds there, so let's keep hold of that one actually, because I'm going to go and plant them seeds in a second. And where is all my food? So yeah, I've already cooked these up, so I've got a whole ton of cooked pork now, which should keep me going for a little while. I did actually want to salt it first, but I couldn't find any rock salt nearby. So yeah, what's the first thing we're going to do here? So we have the wall there, so what we need to do with the wall is actually use a spinner to make, I think it's yarn, and then you can use that to make a cloth, and then you can use that to make a bed, which is going to be useful to set our spawn here. And what we have, yeah, so it's the spindle. So I'm going to fire the spindle in a kiln, and I'm also going to fire the hoe and the chisel, and that's a sword, but I'll do that one as well, and the chisel. So you can fire up to 4 things at a time. And let's grab some logs from here as well. So let's grab 8 of them. And we need 8 straw as well. And let's go over to our fire pits over here. So I did a lot of it off camera just because it takes quite a while to do a lot of it. So I didn't want to do it all on camera. I want to show a bit of progress here. So we'll just chuck these in here again. And chuck that in there, put our straw in, and then put our logs in, and light this up. So that should be cooking while we're going to explore. And storage is getting a bit of a problem now because sort of these vases can only hold so much, and I really need chests to put stuff in. So we really need to find some copper so we can get a saw going. And let's get these seeds out and see what we've got. So, oh yeah, we can't move that while we're open. So we have soybeans and green beans, onions, tomatoes, red peppers, carrots and rice, and onions. Did I not already put them down? And potatoes. And I did somewhere have, I'm sure I had a hoe. Never mind, let's make a new one. So, stone, thank you. So let's see if I can remember how to do the hoe. I think it's maybe that. Nope. Nope. I have a hoe mold here. No, I don't. Right, okay, let me check the wiki and I'll be right back. Okay, so I was actually miles off of that. So it goes along, and it's 2 high, and then 3 across. So yeah, it's one of them things, once you get used to the recipes and you've done it a couple of times, you can just do it straight off the top of your head. But to begin with, it's you kind of need to look these things up. I really should print out the sheets for the tools. Where should we put these? Let's put them over here. So when you're planting crops, the ground actually has a nutrient value, and I can't actually check this with the stone tools, but when you get metal tools, you can check what the nutrient level is of the ground. and different crops will use different nutrients, so you can't keep replanting them over and over in the same spots. You need to sort of rotate your crops or leave it fallow, one or the other for a year, just so the nutrients regrow. I think you can probably make fertilizers as well, but I haven't got into that bit yet. So I'm just going to chuck all of these down here, and we should still be relatively early in the year, so we should get some of these crops. And different crops as well can grow in different temperatures, so some of them can grow in colder temperatures than others, and they're sort of more useful when it comes to later in the year. And also some of the crops you can only get one harvest from, whereas others you can harvest multiple times. So there's a lot of detail in the whole crop growing system as well, which is really, really cool. Oh, we've got tomato seeds there as well. Let's plant them and have a little bite to eat. And I'm thinking about moving my base. I'm not sure I particularly like this area. It's not overly pretty, and I'm having a hard time finding ores. But on the other side of that, there is also a load of other resources here. So there's loads of trees and loads of animals, so that's really, really useful. So let's just plant these down and head on back. So yeah, next priority really is to get some copper at the very least. Ideally I want to make get enough stuff to make bismuth bronze, because that's slightly better than copper. I think it's got a higher durability, and I don't need to use so much copper then. I can use a bismuth, and I think it's tin as well that you put in there. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll cut here and I'll wait till it's daytime, and then I think we'll go out and explore and try and find some ores. And actually, while there's no mobs nearby, I can show you this as well. So you can pan for resources, so you can pan for metals, and I've done it down there, and basically you can do it in a chunk for a certain amount of time, and then after that time it sort of runs out, so you can only do it so many times in one chunk. And basically what you need to do is fill a gold pan, and gold pan's made by making a wooden bowl, and then you put that into your crafting grid and it turns it into a gold pan. And if you right click on some gravel, you can see it filled it up there. And then you need to right click on some moving water, and there's a chance that you'll get some sort of a nugget or some metal resource from that. And sometimes, I don't know if it's a biome specific, but when I tried this before on my previous run through, I got quite a bit of material from it, but when I've tried it here I haven't got really anything. So I'm not sure if it's a biome specific or not. And let's check these down here so we can see if they change. And you can see here I've sort of run through a few times and it's not really giving me anything yet. I need to keep an eye out for mobs as well, particularly the zombies. They seem to be able to track you from miles away, so let's just run through a few more times here. So we're back, and I got a couple of nuggets from the gold panning, but generally, bleh, not very good. So let's just clear our inventory a little bit here. No, I need that. Ugh. Okay, clear our inventory again here. Oh, we've got cassite from that, it looks like, and some silver. So let's get rid of them, get rid of that, and we'll use that to store what we have. We don't need that. Ah, we can store tools in there, that's quite handy. Torches, that won't go. Need the food. Store the platinum in there. Awesome. So I'm going to take a wander over, where's the front of our house? Over that way. So I've been over that way before, and I haven't really been over in this direction. So I'm going to head over here and look for some ores. That's very scary. That's a baby zombie behind me. Go away, baby zombie. I'm sure that's a baby zombie. Yeah, that's a baby zombie. Let's get away from there. So yeah, baby zombies are even worse on this game because they don't burn up in the sun and they'll just chase you forever. You've got no way to kill them or get rid of them at all. So it's just a case of running as fast as you can. And these trees aren't overly useful either. Please leave me alone. Right, okay, I think we lost him, that's good. So yeah, what I'm looking around for is just mostly copper, but also cassiterite and bismuth, because I think that's the three that we need to make the bismuth bronze. I think it's cassiterite. There is another sort of beginning tier metal as well, which I can't remember the name of, but basically there's copper, tin and zinc, and each of them have different ore types that will give you that thing. So for copper there's I can't remember the names of them now, but there's like 3 different nugget things that will give you each ore. I'm not really explaining it very well, but it'll be easier to see once we actually find some. And yeah, there's not really a lot of anything over here. Oh, that's a big hole. Yeah, didn't want to fall down there. That looks more promising over there. So I'm going to swim over in that direction. I'll be right back when we're over there. So yep, we made it over, and it takes a little while to swim anywhere because you can't make boats very easily to begin with, because you need the planks and stuff, which you can't get without the saw. So the saw is definitely the first thing I'd recommend making, particularly if you don't have a lot of metal resources. I'd prioritise it over everything, because there's a lot of stuff that you can't actually do without having access to the saw. So for example, just getting the 3x3 crafting grid, you need the saw. So what I found in my previous playthrough is that sort of mountain areas tend to have more ores than a lot of the flatter areas. So far I'm not seeing anything though. See if we can get up a little bit higher. Not sure where that rock is yet, but I can't break it. So this is dangerous as well, because you can walk through the leaves, you can't see what's on the other side. So a couple of times I've walked through leaves and then ended up falling down a massive hole because I couldn't see it. Oh jeez, baby zombie. That's really bad news. Go away, go away, go away, go away. So, okay, I'm going to sit and punch this guy for about 3 hours and I'll be right back. Okay, so killed him. Didn't actually take quite as long as I thought it was going to take, but he managed to get a couple of hits on me, which wasn't great. So yeah, over here we've got some bismuth, which is really handy, but I still really need the copper. And let's put a marker down. So definitely make a note of where you find all of these ores, because you will need to come back later and actually mine up more. It's actually quite hard to pinpoint where the ore veins are, and you really need the prospector's pick. So these beginning ores are a pain in the butt to get, because you've not got any other way of sort of getting them. You just have to pick them off the surface. So if there's none sort of laying around on the surface, you're kind of in a bad spot. So yeah, not seeing too much around here. These trees aren't making it any easier to navigate either. So yeah, in the previous playthrough I had, there was quite a few ores everywhere. Oh, there's some deer over there. That's pretty cool. Come on. Come on, copper, where are you? So I think what I'm doing... She's skeleton over there. And some more berry bushes, I'll grab these. So I think what I'll do is I'll have a wander around and... try and get as much copper as I can. We need to get enough to make our beginning tools, so I'll come back when I've got that sorted. So welcome back. I spent actually about 3 or 4 in-game days just running around trying to find ores, and I went basically all the way over there, all the way around about 1,000 blocks, and then all the way back again, and I found eventually found a fair amount of copper. So we got a small tetrahydrite, which is basically copper, and a little bit more there, and then we've got some native copper nuggets, and I found quite a lot of silver, and there's a lot of gold which I didn't pick up as well. Got a ton more seeds, so we've got some rye seeds, which is good because that gives us a grain. I picked up a few more berry bushes, so let's go and chuck them down. So I think my next priority here is obviously get these ores all smelted down so we can start making some tools. And let's just place all of these down while we've got them, just to get them out of the inventory. So that'll do just fine, and I'll go and plant the seeds probably off camera. You've seen me do that, but I'm going to get all of these planted over there. So the grains are also useful as well, because that means we can start breeding animals. So I think we'll get an animal pen set up here sooner or later. But I want to sort of upgrade the house a bit first. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some... we need a pick and prospector's pick and the saw. No, give me that back. So we're going to need 300 units of ore. And I have to try and remember now the ratios for this, so give me 2 seconds, let me look this up. So yeah, this is why nighttime is so brutal on this game. If you look at all these zombies, they're just coming in from miles away, and with no real way to fight them off. The only thing you can do is just sort of try and stay out of the way and try and hide up. So thankfully it's going to be morning soon, so I'll be back when it's morning, and we'll get some of these ores cooking up. So we're back, and it's actually a really useful website that's good for working out your ratios of ores that you need to make, and I'll put a link in the description, but basically you can click on it and it shows you what alloys you can make and what quantities you need, so it's sort of a bit easier than trying to calculate it by hand. It's not overly complicated, but when you're trying to play it, it just speeds it up a little bit. So here we've got copper and gold and silver, and this will make black bronze, and it will make 200 units. So we've got 100 units of copper, 50 units of gold and 50 units of silver. So we can cast 2 things from that. And in here we've got 17 lots of small tetrahydrite, which is copper, and then we've got 6 bismuth and 6 ferrolite. So that's 60 of that, 60 of that, and 17 of that, which makes a lot. I think that's 200 units, no, 300 units. So yeah, 160, 170, 230, 230, right, 60, 120, plus 160, it's 180, 190, that doesn't seem right. I'll be right back. So yeah, I wasn't going completely crazy, that doesn't add up, so that adds up to 290, so we need to, we missed one of the spherolites off there, so let's chuck that in there as well. And what else have we got to cast? Let's see if we've got anything else that we need to actually put in a kiln here. We've got one more of them. Give me that, thank you. And we'll chuck that in there, and we're making a few more of these vases as well. And what else can we make? Let's make another couple of these, because they're quite useful for storing the food in. So let's chuck that in there, and fill this up. And fill that one up as well. And then the wood. And the wood there. And I don't have a firelighter, so let's make a firelighter. Okay, so while they're cooking up, let's head back in here and see if I can remember where I put the wall. Let's see, is it in there? Nope. Don't have it on me. It's in one of these. So yeah, this is why I really want to get some chests going. It makes organisation a little bit easier. So with this, we made the spindle head, and we have to combine that with a stick over there. And then if we combine this with the wool, we get the wool yarn. And then we can do 4 wool yarn like that, and we get wool cloth. And once we get the saw, we can make some planks, so then we can make a bed and we can set our spawn here, which will make life a lot easier. So while that's cooking up, I'm going to head over and just plant a few more crops over there, and I'll be back when it's ready to pour. Okay, so we're back, and we've got our ores all cooked up here, so let's grab these. So in here we've got bismuth bronze, and then in here we've got our black bronze. So we're going to make a sword with the black bronze first, I think. So basically you put your mould in there, it will pour in 100 units of it, and then once it's done you can take it out. And let's make our pick out of this as well. So we're making a sword, a pick, a prospector's pick, and a chisel, and yeah, a saw, which I've already said. So let's get our saw in there. And if you leave this for too long, it actually cools down and it solidifies in the... so you can see it says liquid there, but it'll actually go back to solid if you leave it too long. So you want to try and get it poured as quickly as possible. And also keeping an ear out for any zombies that might be sneaking up on me here. And that's our prospector's pick. Excellent. So, yeah, it did take quite a while to actually collect all of these ores, but we're in a pretty good spot now because we've got all of our tools, well, all the tools that we need to begin with. So if we put these in here, and you can see you lose the mould, but you get your pick head out of there. So we've got a pick now. Excellent. And we've got a sword, so we can finally fight back. That's a pretty cool looking sword, actually. Awesome. And prospector's pick, and this basically is what you use to try and find where the ore veins are, so it's really useful. And a saw mould, which is really really useful, not a saw mould but a saw blade. So now we can actually cut the planks down into cut the logs down into planks and do stuff with them. And the chisel, which again is really really useful for gathering blocks. So doesn't seem to be that many mobs around, which is good. Ha! I hear a zombie. Ha! Die, 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 die. See how much easier that is? So, yeah, I don't have to run quite so much now. This, I think, is only effective on zombies. It's not as effective on skeletons. It still will kill them, but not as quickly. And there's a mace that you can make, which is more effective on the skeletons, but I want to try and just avoid them as much as possible. And let's see if we can grab some wood from here. Yep, go away, go away. Excellent. Actually, we might need a little bit more than that. Let's just take that whole lot. So yeah, if we go in and put these logs in with the saw, and we can get planks, and then with the planks you can craft them into normal vanilla planks. And let's get a crafting grid going there. So now we've got, you see we made the crafting table, and that basically just expanded our crafting grid in the personal inventory. So you don't actually have a crafting table that you place, it's always there, which is actually really nice. And we should now be able to make some chests. So let's make a few of these. I wish these guys would shut up. That's so satisfying after having to run from them for so long, being able to just kill them off. Excellent. And loads of XP as well. I don't believe there's enchanting in this game, but I think the XP bar actually counts for something. I can't remember exactly what it does. But I think it does do something there. So, right, let's get back inside. Okay, so we can get a little bit more organised now. I think probably what I'm going to do though, let's actually just chuck a couple down for now, and we can dump some stuff into there. So I think what I'm going to do is actually build a slightly bigger house and just expand it out a little bit now that we've got the ability to pick up blocks and get stone and do all sorts of wonderful things. So I'll wait till daytime and maybe get a little bit of work done on it, and I'll come back when I've got something to show. So welcome back, and just wanted to quickly demonstrate the chisel. So you see here, if I break this block, it breaks down just into the rock. But if we use the chisel on it first in this mode, it actually changes it into a solid block. So then we can just break this down with the pickaxe and we get the whole block. And these blocks also aren't affected by gravity, so they're really useful for building. And you can do a lot more things with the chisel, which we'll go into a bit later, but for the moment I'm just going to go around, gather a bunch of blocks because I want to get some building materials going here, and I'll be back when we start building. So back, and I've been clearing a little bit of space over there and just gathering some more resources. So you can see I've got some smooth clay stone here and some just smooth stone and some raw stone, which I'm going to make something with. And I did actually die. What I hadn't realised was that I had, you can see in the top right corner, I've now got 4 gig of RAM allocated. What I didn't realise is that on this install I originally only had 400 meg of RAM allocated. So as I was running over to get some resources and coming back, I was lagging out as it was generating new chunks, and I got jumped by spiders and there was no way to get away from them. So I actually died over there, so I believe that now resets all my skills. Oh no, you keep your skills, so I thought there was some sort of a long-term problem with dying, like there was you lost something, so maybe you lose some of your skills but not all of them. And interestingly enough, it actually reset all of my food bars here because I was only up on the vegetable, fruit and protein. My grain and dairy were both at 0, so that's interesting to know. But I've lost my crafting grid here because when you die it basically resets it back to the 2x2. But one thing I wanted to show you is I have a bed, woohoo! So basically the bed's made with 3 of the planks along the bottom, and that's the planks you get from using the saw and the logs, so these ones here, and then 3 wall across the top. So we can sleep in this and sleep the night away. And that's going to make life a lot easier. So we've got our spawn set here now, so I had to run from all the way over there when I died before because I hadn't set my spawn. And also means we get rid of these mobs a little bit easier. And typical, there's some baby zombies over there where I want to be building. But yeah, looking at the different textures of the blocks that we've got here, so I actually quite like this smooth claystone. It's a little bit pinky for my taste, but it actually looks quite nice. It's like a proper clay kind of colour. So I think I'm definitely going to use that. The willow, it's not bad colour, but I don't really like the green. It could work, but not with the other blocks that we've got here. So I think I'm going to stick to the sequoia and the claystone here. And then I'm going to use maybe the smooth stone for other things. So yeah, I'll be back when I've got a little bit more building going on. So welcome back, and we have a house. Woohoo! Let me just take that waypoint off. So yeah, I spent quite a while on this, and the biggest problem is that it just takes forever to gather the resources. So chopping down the wood took forever, especially the willow wood. I did end up using the willow wood in the end, just because I couldn't be bothered to travel miles out to find different trees. So I stuck with the willow wood and the sequoia wood, and it actually doesn't come out too bad. It kind of works together. It wouldn't be my first choice, but it looks okay. And I'm going to I've got like a little porchway bit here. I'm going to put a lot more little detailing bits in just to sort of tie the two colours together a bit. But so it's 2 stories. Top story is quite small. We've got the chimney on the side, so that's where all our smelting and like fiery stuff's going to be. That's all the wood I've got left, and there's a little bit more inside, but not a whole lot, so I've used a ton of wood and I had to go and cut some more as well. And we caught some cows. Where's my other cow gone? Where has my other cow gone? Okay, well, I had 3 cows in here, and now I have 2. But anyway, I was breeding these, and that should be the male, but it's not working for whatever reason. You're down there. How the hell did you get down there? Anyway, I'll go and pick her up in a minute and bring her back. I'm not too sure how she managed to escape, but anyway, yeah. So the back of it, I've got a big sort of sweeping roof that goes up and overlaps this roof here. And this bit I'm not 100% happy with. I might do a bit more of something different here later on, but the other problem is as well with these stone tools, when you place one of these blocks, it then takes forever just to chop it back up and move it again. So going in, haven't done the floor yet. I'm thinking I might do a pine floor. It looks kind of nice. It sort of brightens the whole place up a bit, and it's a good contrast to this darker colour here. I've got glass pane windows, and the glass is a real pain to make. Excuse the pun. Basically, you have to put it in the fire, and it takes about 20-30 seconds per piece of glass, and you put your sand in there as well. So that takes forever. We've got some barrels here. Aha, and we are making rum. So can I seal that again? No. So if I take that out, I should be able to seal it again. And the idea is I'm actually making vinegar. So to make rum, you have fresh water in a barrel. You put in some sugar, and then you seal it. And you can see once it's sealed, you can't access it again. And then once that's finished, you'll actually be able to access it. So what I'm doing is adding sugar to begin with to make rum. And then if you seal it again, once it's rum in there, it will make vinegar. And then you can put in milk, to the vinegar, and it will make cheese. So that will be our dairy requirement there. And we're actually in autumn now, so have to keep an eye out for the cold to start coming in. I've harvested some of my crops there, and I've not bothered replanting them yet. So yeah, it took me quite a while to make this. We've got a bunch of storage chests here, so it's going to be like general food that I'm working on. We've got this, I think it's kern, something like that. Basically a hand milling machine, so you can mill certain rocks in there, like rock salt to get salt, and you can mill like all the wheats and stuff. So all your grain stuff you can mill down to flour, and then you can mix that with a bucket of water to make dough, and then that makes your bread. And the bread is actually a pretty good source for your grain, so awesome. And down here we have our pantry. So in theory, storing it underground and sort of out the way, it's a little bit cooler down here, and it just means that it doesn't decay quite as quickly. So if we have a look here, yeah, the decay rate's not too bad on that. So I'll come down and check these occasionally, and I'll try and get a few more filled up so we're stocked up for winter. We actually have quite a bit of food, but I did notice that I've lost a lot of my pork chops. So the pork chops that I had have all vanished. Actually, while we're there, let's just grab that so we can grab that cow back. So yeah, I don't know where all my pork chops have gone. That's kind of a bummer, but there are quite a few animals out here, so maybe another one of them will have a little bit of an accident during the winter if we need a bit more protein. In here we've got thatch and clay, so this is like a pottery and kiln area. This is all stone brick, so nothing should set fire once I set the fires here. And we've got some spare vases in there and spare moulds. It's just storage space, and that's all of our ores in there at the moment. And we've got some wood in there, so when we're doing the kilns, we've got the wood for it. And I did manage to get an iron ingot drop from a zombie that I killed, so that's pretty cool. Just random stuff in there, and again random stuff in there, which is kind of building stuff. And yeah, so up here, a little staircase going up, and at the moment we've just got a bed up here, and then we can go out here and we've got a little bit of a balcony that we can walk out onto. I'd like to sort of decorate out here, maybe get some fencing in and get some cool looking bits, but everything in this mod pack takes quite a while to do, so haven't really got down to the fine details yet. Just really been getting the bare essentials in. So the other thing here, we've got tool racks. These are quite handy. They're the only way to store some of the tools. So it's basically just 3 of the planks along there, 3 along there, and it gives you one of these, and you can store 4 tools on each, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's about it for now. So hope you enjoyed it. Next time we're going to be going prospecting, I think. So we're going to try and get some more ores and start trying to advance a bit, upgrade some of these tools that are still using stone tools, and yeah, do a bit of digging. So see you next time. Click the like button if you liked it, and take care. Bye bye.